Hi, today I'm investigating the corruption and negligence in the Atherton Doc's office. We're talking about Vicky Ryman, Fiona Godfrey, the manager of Cairns Doc's office, Pat Anderson, and I just wanted to show how you can ring every Doc's manager and no one ever wants to talk to you. And the Doc's manager in Cairns, if she had answered my phone call, she could have saved my boy's life. And I just wanted to prove that it's still happening. And you've still got the same corrupt people there. Hi, I wanted to speak to Pat Anderson, please. Or is she still the manager there? Is that Department of Community Services? I wanted to speak to the manager. It's Michael Borosevich, Luke's Army. Is the regional manager there? Because I've got some evidence of corruption and gross negligence that I wanted to talk about. I'm doing an investigation into Atherton Docs, Cairns Docs, and I wanted to do some interviews if I could before I put it on the website for lukesarmy.com. Yeah, child safety. Thank you. Hi, Michael Borosevich here. I'm doing an investigation for Luke's Army into the corruption and negligence in the Cairns Docks and Atherton Docks, and I wanted to. Luke's Army, I run. I'm Luke's dad. No, JC Riley. No, I haven't heard of him. All right, thank you. BORUSIEWICZ. Yeah. 0403456088. I'm just ringing about all the corruption and negligence. I mean, I know of two cases where Pat Anderson's been caught out in court recently, but for being corrupt and lying in court and negligence and all that. So, and after what happened with my son, how on earth is she still manager of Docs? And so, who's going to ring me back? Which is who? And can I get a reference number for this phone call and ask who's talking? Well, see, you guys are supposed to have a reference number for every call, otherwise it's not legal. Because I know how much stuff goes missing, especially in that office. All right then. Thanks, Paul. Hi, Michael Borosevich here. I'm just ringing to complain about how I've rung both managers of Cairns and North Queensland, and no, yeah, I don't know. You've had me little boy in up until 2009, January the 18th. He died. BORUSIEWICZ. CZ. I'm doing an investigation into the corruption in the Atherton Doc's office and the Cairns Doc's office. And no one, and you ring up there, but like I rang the manager of Cairns Doc's, Pat Anderson, 3 times trying to get my son out of that hellhole they put him into. And they know he shouldn't have been in there. There's a million reasons why. And she's still the manager there. I know 2 times she's been in court very recently where she's been found to be corrupt, lied, and all the rest of it. And then we've got Vicky Ryman, Fiona Godfrey, which I'm investigating as well. But yeah, I'd like to complain that I can't get anyone to return my phone calls. I'll give you my number too, because this line's not real good. 0403 456 088. Yeah, I'll get someone to call me back. All right, thank you. Hello?
Michael?
Yeah? Oi. Hello?
Michael?
Yeah.
The phone keeps cutting out. This is 15 calling from Child Safety Complaint.
Yeah.
Okay, you seem very distant now, so can you hear me?
Yeah. When I rang the Cairns office, I asked for a reference number for the phone call, and he told me they don't have reference numbers.
That's correct.
Why is that? How can you prove that you rang up if you haven't got a reference number? You just got to record, I suppose.
We document the date and time, and it'll be on their paperwork that will then eventually be transferred into the system.
If the paperwork's not destroyed.
Well, the paperwork shouldn't be destroyed. All paperwork goes on file. Yeah,
well, Vicky Ryman, we've got witnesses, DoCS workers that have come forward saying they've witnessed her destroying evidence. Things go missing all the time with you guys.
Well, with us here, I can provide you a reference number.
Right.
Okay. So your complaint is concerning the Cairns office, is it?
And the Atherton office, and I bet I could ring every office around Queensland and my phone call won't be returned.
Atherton, and is it Cairns North or South?
Cairns North. I've asked to speak to the manager of Atherton and to Vicky Ryman and Cairns office. Someone's getting back to me, but they never do. I mean,
Vicky Ryman works in Atherton.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't be. She is. I've got policemen, ex-DoCS workers. Over 100 people came to my website speaking out about Vicky Ryman, about how corrupt she is, and I want to get it from her that she can answer some of her own questions.
Okay. And what involvement do you have with the department at the moment?
They kidnapped and murdered my little boy. He was 2 years old. They put him in a foster home with a 74-year-old woman who'd written them a letter saying she did not want my son. She refused to change his nappies. She refused anyone under the age of 4 because she went and played pokies every day, and my son was too young to sit in the pokies room, the kids section. I could just go on and on and on about it, but now
the actual complaint today is that nobody calls you back from those offices.
Yeah, and I could ring every office around Queensland. I won't get through. And the point is, I tried to ring Pat Anderson, the manager of Cairns DoCS, 3 times while my son was in a hellhole. He had his head smashed in, was left to die, and they're still doing it. Still no one. I don't know how she's still manager.
What outcome would you like from this conversation?
Pat Anderson sacked and Vicky Ryman sacked and Fiona Godfrey.
Where does Fiona work?
They've moved her to the South Cairns DoCS so she can terrorise families there. They all do the same thing. They just move them so they can terrorise other families.
Okay, and what would you like me to do in terms of assisting you today? Did you want return calls from these officers?
From Vicky Ryman, Fiona Godfrey and Pat Anderson, please.
Okay, you want return calls from all these people? And what will the calls be in relation to?
To the corruption and negligence which I have evidence of. I'd like to have a chance to speak for themselves and prove the worth.
Negligence that you have evidence of?
Yeah. Especially Vicky Ryman, she is terrorising foster carers. I want to know figures of how many foster carers she's put in complaints about, how many children she's actually given back over the years, how many DoCS workers have quit there because of her. Because I've got a few, and I've just interviewed a DoCS worker about Vicky Ryman and about the corruption.
Okay, and what makes you think the department would provide you with those statistics?
Oh, well, they should, shouldn't they? It should be transparent. I don't know how many kids are dying each year
They could have been saved. Like my boy.
Okay. Alright, I can pass on this information to the manager of each service center and to the regional office. In terms of your complaint day, I encourage you to follow the department's complaints management policy and to contact manager and leave a message for them stating that you've spoken to Child Safety Complaints Unit today and you would like to receive a return call.
Alright then, thank you.
Would you like telephone number regional office?
Yeah, far away.
Okay, that's Joe Riley, and the contact number for Joe Riley is 406
46.
5325.
And who's Jolly? Was she a unification lead?
She's not Party Service Centre.
Oh.
She is a Pet Relations Officer in the regional office.
Alright.
Who receives a number of centres.
Alright, well I'll interruption then and see what happens.
Well, you should start with the manager first.
Oh, yeah, well I've got messages, both of them.